Hello, this is special edition on CBC. Now we are going to discuss the current situation in Armenia-Azerbaijan Nagorno-Karabakh conflict zone with Ambassador of Pakistan to Azerbaijan, Bilal Hayi. Since the start of the events in Nagorno-Karabakh, Pakistan was among the first countries who expressed its full solidarity with just position of Azerbaijan to liberate own territories from the Armenian occupation in accordance with 4 resolutions of United Nations Security Council. As you know, the government of Azerbaijan and the people highly appreciate it. The Pakistani flag are waved everywhere along with Azerbaijani and Turkish. Please tell us how Pakistan is planning to continue supporting Azerbaijan to amidst unreasonable accusations from the Armenian side.
Yes, thank you very much for having me on your TV. I wish to reiterate Pakistan's support to the just cause of Azerbaijan, which is based on international law, on the support of the UN Security Council resolutions. And Pakistan has stood by Azerbaijan since the beginning. We had also played a role in the adoption of the Security Council resolutions, particularly 822, when Pakistan was President of the UN Security Council in April 1993. So this is an important information for your viewers. We believe that Pakistan's support to Azerbaijan, to the brotherly country of Azerbaijan, is based on the principles of international law. This is a diplomatic support. This is a support which is legal and moral, because we are also brotherly countries. And we also take this opportunity to repudiate the false claims by the Armenian leadership that Pakistani forces are present in the battlefield. And not only an official rebuttal was issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Islamabad, but I also take this opportunity to mention that President Ilham Aliyev himself mentioned that the Azerbaijani forces do not need the help of other forces, because Azerbaijani forces are strong enough to deal with the Azerbaijani aggression. And we completely endorse this statement.
Since September 27, Armenia has committed a number of terrorist acts against civilians in Azerbaijan. This shells 3 times Ganja, the second largest city of Azerbaijan. As a result, dozens of innocent people were wounded. Some of the people, including kids, were killed. In your opinion, which action should be taken in order to prevent such kind of acts? They want us to fire back and target Armenia in order to include the CSTO. But Azerbaijan will not do it. At the same time, the humanitarian ceasefire means nothing for Armenia.
Yes, we are very sad to see the human casualties, these innocent civilians being killed in this war by the shellings and rocket fires by the Armenian side. In fact, I personally visited Ganja city along with other ambassadors last Saturday. And I saw the devastation, the destruction, and we can see that these acts are completely unacceptable. We condemn these actions. They are against the international rules of engagement, of war regulations. So we condemn that. It is very important that Azerbaijan continues to respect the laws of the war. The stance of Azerbaijani leadership is very correct, that they don't have any targets, civilian targets inside Armenia. The only objective of Azerbaijan is to liberate their occupied territories, which is permissible under the international law. So your approach is very right, very mature, and we salute for this approach. We appreciate the restraint shown by the Azerbaijani leadership, but at the same time we are disturbed, and we call upon Armenia not to repeat targeting the civilian populations in the Azerbaijani cities.
Armenian armed forces also shelled Mingachevir, a large industrial city of Azerbaijan. Some shells, fortunately, were found unexploded. Reservoir and thermoelectric power station were also located in this city. It's obvious that by attempting to target these objects, Armenia threatens the whole region. Is it an attempt to create an ecological catastrophe in the region, which can occur, or how to explain these kind of actions? What can you say about it?
Yes, again targeting the civilian infrastructure, the infrastructure which is meant for providing basic amenities to civilian population is unacceptable, is not permissible under the laws of the war, and it is also a violation of the Geneva Conventions and its additional protocols. And when we see in the contemporary context, the modern context, environmental experts should be very concerned about such actions. And I must say that Western countries, European countries, are very particular about preserving our environment. So it is high time that all human rights activists, all people who believe in preserving the environment, they should take notice of such actions and try to convince Armenia not to resort to such actions which can result in devastation of the environmental habitat.
What can you say about the current level of military cooperation between our countries? How you can estimate it?
The military cooperation between the two countries, Pakistan and Azerbaijan, is good. It is a long-standing cooperation. We have a number of agreements where Pakistan has offered the training of officers, military officers of Azerbaijan. We have also offered necessary defense equipment based on the previous agreements. So it is important that this defense relationship continues. As you know, Pakistan has a very advanced defense sector. We can offer training courses to the military personnel of Azerbaijan to further strengthen their capabilities to defend their homeland, and this cooperation I hope will continue in the months and years ahead.
The international community calls for peace and negotiations. The negotiations lasted for almost 30 years without any result. Which concrete action should be taken to stop Armenian occupation, as well as the policy of double standards?
Yes, this is unfortunate that in some matters the pressure of the international community is not that strong, and we saw the stalemate and lack of progress on the negotiations on this issue of Nagorno-Karabakh during the last 30 years. This is definitely not a right approach, not acceptable. We have noted the position of Azerbaijani leadership that they are still committed to the process of negotiations, and they want the framework of Minsk group and the basic principles adopted in that group to be honored, and we hope that Armenian side could also respect those principles and could engage with Azerbaijan in a meaningful and result-oriented resolution of this conflict. That should be the best solution of this problem, instead of continuing the hostilities in which there is a loss on both sides.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your answers.
Thank you very much.
This was the special edition on CBC. We discussed the current situation in Armenia-Azerbaijan Nagorno-Karabakh conflict zone with Ambassador of Pakistan to Azerbaijan, Bilal Khayi. See you soon.